Hello everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. I'm Foxy Games, and when we last left off, our lovely Sultana was awake. Lord Lolorito has shown that he's maybe not the worst person in the world, and we've also learned that the remaining Crystal Braves who were loyal to us are going to help us find the remaining Scions. So before we head back to Ishgard, let's just have a quick chat with everybody here. I'm informed that Flamine and her bodyguards, Hraesvelgr and Coltene, went missing shortly after the feast. Our list of absent friends grows longer. Indeed. Riol, our tried and true friend. I don't know if you know, but during that goddamn feast, Flamine... Oh wait, I read that already in the last episode. How about you, Alian? We'll find the missing Scions, I promise you. Between us and the Immortal Flames, no stone in Eorzea will be left unturned. Yes, Roban is now Captain of the Immortal Flames again. If we scrutinize the Scions' records, they should provide us with likely locations to which the missing Archons might have fled. Put your mind at ease. It is for work such as this that we've been trained. Good. Hey Gary, we haven't seen you in a while. We must repair this damage if our minds are to find focus. Now where to begin? I don't know how to say your name. Ergmus... whatever. First things first, we must needs put the Rising Stones in order. We cannot have the Archons return to find their headquarters in such a shambles. Whatever, fuck. Hozan. I sent Shinobi to spy upon the Brass Blades, and it would seem that Ida and Papa Limo's resistance accounted for a sizable number of the company's soldiers. All we know for certain, however, is that our friends' corpses were not found amongst the bodies they left behind. Yeah, good. Fuck the Immortal Flames. No. Not the Immortal Flames. Fuck the Brass Blades. The Immortal Flames are good. Ifimi. Foxy Games. I joined the Crystal Braves in the hopes of your following in your footsteps, and I do not regret the decision. Not even for a moment. Well, I'm glad. Even though the Braves are gone... Their true meaning remains. Ah, here we are. Maybe? No, this is not it. Yes, this is it, right here. Foxy, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fort Tom Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinien was looking for you. Oh, he got tired of waiting for us. Well, let's go find Estinien then. Everybody else seems to have gone, but Estinien's here. You fulfilled your obligations to the Yuldons then? Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned these Mana Cutters of Master Garland's were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Ser Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Hopefully he's not too upset that we've been consorting with dragons and heretics. We don't need to tell him that part, do we? I mean, when you think about it, Emmerich would probably be the most understanding out of all of them. Hello, we're here to speak to Emmerich. Sir Emmerich has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed. Indeed, let's.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
The moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the Mana Cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The Eyrie is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Ishgard taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinien told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Wyrm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinien?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphinaud? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
It's our fight now, Estinien. Alphinaud has weathered some pretty bad storms, though. I think you could probably do it. But Estinien's the expert on dragons here. I have pricked Master Alphinaud's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphinaud would make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. And I understand that line of thought. What's that? Oh, the mana cutter, right. We've tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the mana cutters. Indeed. Let's fly through the sky. Here we are, Estinien, Biggs, Wedge, and Sid. The moment is at hand, Warrior of Light. I guarantee you won't find any loose rivets. We triple-checked. Oh, he's exhausted. These little beauties are our pride and joy, and now they're yours. So, be careful with them, eh? No guarantees. Foxy, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a Cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friend, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light, the Dread Wyrm awaits. The Eyrie is now accessible. And we will indeed go right in. Welcome to the Eyrie. Estinien has Nidhogg's attention currently. So we'll take care of things groundside. In spite of it looking incredibly spoopy, this place is rather simple. Trash has to be cleared. We're going to take it one pull at a time, just about. We'll grab more when we can. Hopefully these people don't feel like running ahead. That's not good. And yep, we have to clear this pack before we move on. It's standard fare for dungeon trash. You just avoid the AoEs and you don't die. And hope your healer is paying attention, which this one seems to be, which is fantastic. The path is open. Let's move. Keep them moving, keep them moving. Move everyone into range of this guy. Lovely. First boss, Rangda. Pretty simple mechanics. Hopefully they know them. I have to keep her pointed away so she doesn't hit people with that. You're gonna want to get in for that. There. Not everybody got in. Ah, she didn't point it at me. Looks like the healer really doesn't know to get in, which is not good. Just don't be stupid and don't stand in the AoEs. Oh yeah, and there's an ad which I have to pick up. That really needs to be burned down. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, this one's really nothing crazy. Don't stand in bad. Kill all the ads. Like that guy. Oh, I am paralyzed. I love the boss music in this expansion. And she's dead. Nothing amazing. That might be good for me, so I might roll need on it. Oh yeah, and you don't take fall damage in dungeons. I don't know if I've said that yet, but you don't. Alright, this next part. Those dragons are asleep, and I don't believe you need to kill them, so we won't. We're just gonna keep it moving. I am going to throw Sheltron on because that's a lot of damage coming in. Holy motherfuck. Well, I think we're gonna be okay. Just trust in your healer. And everything will be just fine. Oh, this is good. This is the same... No, it's not. It's just healer stuff. So we're going to keep moving. Make sure I've got all the aggro. Pull you. Pull you. Damn you. You know what? We'll take these guys alone. Sheltron for good measure. Easy peasy. Also, I want this treasure chest, so please, nobody fuck up. Thank you. Oh, never mind. I fucked up. Oh well. Extra experience. Why not? That's a Dragoon thing. It's fine, we'll kill this. Everybody else, of course, ran ahead like a tard. But then again, I was also a bit of a tard trying to get a treasure chest. We'll call this one even. Oh, it's great, guys. I'll just kill this dragon on my own. It's cool. With the healer, of course. Because what is a tank without their healer? Dead. That's what they are. Alright. Next boss. Gaius Cutis. What? I don't know. That's his name. His mechanics are pretty simple too. Don't stand in the bad. Also, this thing. Don't stand in the gas clouds. Let it eat one of the gas clouds. But only one. Otherwise it'll explode. The gas clouds poison you, as you might expect. So you really don't want too many of them on the field. So this mustard gas mob needs to die shortly after it eats one of these clouds. Like now. Thank you. But, as you see, you'll get more and more clouds on the field. Here comes another one. Your DPS are going to have to be on that. So basically, this guy just needs to die as quickly as possible. And he's down. That one's basically just a DPS race. This is not for me. See, they were saying don't kill the bomb. You can kill after it takes one of those clouds. At least that's what I've always done when I play this dungeon, so if you guys want to tell me different, please do so. I'm just going by what I know. And we're just gonna take this pull all on its own. Place is in a pretty poor state. Oh, also, before we go ahead, let me put my new gear on. Don't fucking pull, you tit. I want that. Okay. We can't pull anymore. Come here. Uncooperative enemies over here. I want this. Because unlike some of you, I'm still going through the story. This is not good for me, so... Don't know what happened to our other DPS. Maybe they crashed. Oh well. We'll do fine. Though if they are gone for too long, I might consider grabbing another DPS. because we're gonna need them for the last boss. Alright, we're gonna leave it be for the moment. Maybe they'll come back. Alright, all these dragons are starting to join the fight. I think even if the other DPS doesn't come back, we'll probably be okay. Oh, here comes some more. Here we go. The final ascent. And they better wait until I'm done watching the cutscene. Alright, so Estinien is going to try and enfeeble Nidhogg. We have to keep him busy. I sure hope we can do this without that other DPS. I think we can. Watch out for those orbs, they shoot AoEs. I should probably stand in this, that might help. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. Okay, the Sable Price. That needs to die quickly. Because it was imprisoning another player. Oh god, that was bad. That wasn't too bad, though. Oh, the healer is not healing Estinien, which, well, maybe they don't know they can, but you really need to. Let me put in chat. They are not aggroable. That's not good. At least some of them aren't. Go all out. All right. Nidhogg is not happy. He's about to attack us. And we are now protected. Estinien used the eye to protect us. But we're not going to be able to take much more of this, so we need to kill Nidhogg now. Oh, we need to kill the Sable Price. And just a few more hits. And Nidhogg will be gone. That's it. Nidhogg has been defeated. But he is still alive. We will, of course, give our thanks. We will take some armor. We don't need that. We will commend our healer for being great. And we shall equip our new armor, too. New gloves, too. Oh, now that's fancy. I like that. Wow, that's cool. Alright, so this is a very, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It was valuable. This dungeon was valuable to us. We made a lot of progress. That is a reference to the Dragoon quest. Because, and spoiler alert, if you play through as a Dragoon, Estinien is one of the antagonists, and he does get possessed by Nidhogg at one point, but he overcomes it.
No, Worm! This ends here! You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
And for our trial, yet more of our power reawakens. Our blessing with Hydaelyn, from Hydaelyn I should say, returns with renewed vigor. At least partially, but we're halfway there. And we get a vision. I just noticed some of them are wearing armor that's just like mine. That guy in particular.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world. But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only Great Wyrm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
And look at them, they've all got horns. Since they partook of Ratatoska's eyes, basically, they've all become draconic themselves. Also, recognize any of these names? For Tom and Zemael? These are the ancestors of the current High Houses of Ishgard.
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, it is plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
And I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure he's the ancestor of the bartender in The Forgotten Knight. I'm not sure, but it might be. Or maybe he is him. Who knows?
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
Maybe I was wrong about them having horns. They could just be hair ornaments. It looks like it. It's been a while since I've played through this.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a Great Wyrm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt. Save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
That's a good point. Why would Hraesvelgr lie to us? Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. Indeed. Also, now I believe we can fly here? No, there's one more quest. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. A harsh truth, but one she needs to hear. Hey, there's a side quest here with a Moogle. And it gives me an Aether Current, and also earrings. Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. Could you find the other 3 Moogles and tell them it's time to leave, Kupo? Really? We're playing hide and seek? Well, it'll be a nice palate cleanser from all the blood, death, the betrayal. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. Good idea. Man, to be a Moogle. Not a care in the world. There's another one. I can't believe you found me. I'll find an even better hiding spot next time, Kupo. Well, he's up there. Here we go. You actually found me! Ah, well, I suppose it's time to go home, Kupo. I mean, you weren't hard to find. That Moogle over there is retarded. Also, somebody's fighting down there. Unbelievable! You've already found all the Moogles! Finally, we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life, Kupo. They were right there! Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. And I'll win. Very easily. Let's see. Neutrality. We'll just do that. Why not? And now we can fly. But we don't want to fly with just anything. We want to fly. Oh wait, I didn't get the mana cutter yet? Or did I? Oh, I probably have to use it, yeah. We want to fly using the mana cutter, because it's one of the cooler mounts. Because I like airships. Who doesn't like airships? Looks like Ysel is here. She has scarce moved since we last parted. Hraesvelgr's confession will soon shake her from her stupor. 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You've slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Wyrm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learned the truth of its beginning, the whole truth, that we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, Warrior of Light. Yes, let's find out what exactly is going on here.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Another vision.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
Kom an I foran King
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one someone in Ela. Eskros Nidhogg, Liz Ishgard. I'm fine. Koluman. Tolos Ishgard. Kas Shizo. Sekron Ina. Stray Snowfall in CHURNING.
A sad end to an already sad story. One that could have no happy ending. And thus did betrayal beget unending violence, or vengeance. Well, both really. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Hraesvelgr wreaked his own matter of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a Great Wyrm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence.
but there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault, and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
I'm sure he's none too pleased with us, after defeating him so soundly. Or Stefan. And look at that. Not a word, but just trust. He knows Lady Iceheart is a heretic, but one look at his friends, and yeah, he just trusts. He's such a great guy.
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
My lady!
She has come. Hear me, brothers and sisters. The war is ended. Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Wyrm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends! He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend. Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it. Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
He's so good. He didn't even know our plan, and he just went along with it, Because he's great. Well, that could have been a bloodbath. Let us see how long this peace lasts. Or Chiffant, it's been some time since we've seen you. That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You returned to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. Indeed we do. And none of this is any good for me. Let's try it on, though. Well, it looks alright. Yeah, but they're not for me, so I'll take the gold. Pants, though. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Haloni that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Foxy? Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mist together? Along with Estinien? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead. The heretics pacified. Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Fortom Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well. Foxy and I shall await you there. It would seem some measure of peace has returned. But like Estinien said, let's see how long it lasts. Oh hey, look who it is. It's MLN and Honoro. I say the tales they are telling in the streets. Lady Iceheart, infamous leader of the heretics, a ravishing beauty. They say her hair is white as ice. I wonder, what's the color of the hair? Honoro, my boy, you're still here. Fancy that. You weren't about to ask what I think you were. My lord, that leer is most unbecoming. Of course he was thinking naughty things. What a womanizer. Ew, this guy's name is Jungle Stank. That's fucking gross.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Wyrm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelgr? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his Knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the highborn needed men to lead, and the lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emeric prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him, that which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone, but I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emeric is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emeric is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orchefon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
So, It would seem that there's some concern with Emmerich going to the Archbishop about his ideas for reform. Seems they think that he might be branded a heretic. So we are setting up a plan to go and rescue him in case things go poorly. Of all the people, he should know better. Yes, he should, but he is an idealist. Far be it from me to criticize a man for his blind idealism, but he might at least have pretended to consider another cause. Indeed. If we must risk the fortunes of our house to bring this truth to light, then so be it. But are you truly prepared to do this? To face the Heavens Ward in battle if you must? We've done it before. Have no fear, father. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. I promise you we shall prevail. That's the spirit, Orchifant. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. And how are we going to do that? Well, first we're going to put on some new pants. They look exactly the same. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortom and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Ishgardians who opened the gates of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth we would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Foxy reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well, we shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinien, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Foxy, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Well, we have the beginnings of a plan. That's a good start. Here we are. The innkeep. Well, he's not... Here's the proprietor. I wonder if he is the same guy that we saw in that cutscene. He kind of looks like him. And he did say that maybe he'd serve drinks instead. Can't small talk him. Oh well. Alphino? It would seem that the Forgotten Knight was spared the worst of the earlier chaos. Foxy, Alphino! Gods, I've been worried sick! It's so good to see you! And you, Tataru. How did you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gibberlant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. But what about you two? What came of your journey? A lot. You're not serious. What was Sir Emmerich thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I ever heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. I don't think we should have Tataru going around there asking about things like that. Alphino and I can at least fight somewhat. I mean, I can fight. Alphino is the somewhat. We'll see. Alright. If I were a mongrel, where would I be hiding? Oof. Hello. A mongrel? Not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Well, that was less than useful. How about you, sir? Eh? What's that? Speak up. I can't hear like I used to. Well, you were useless. How about you? I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Are they throwing snowballs at me? Yes, they are. You little shits. Well, how did you two fare? At first, the people here were a bit standoffish, but with a little effort and a lot of parley, I've managed to make plenty of friends. I'm glad you have. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the mass's complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataro's ears are as sharp as ever. Nothing for me. I'll take the money. New armor. What's it gonna look like? Ooh, that's pretty cool looking. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Giberlant knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the mongrel before. We can only hope he will be more forthcoming than the others. Well, we probably should have asked him first. Giberlant or Gibberlant, however you say your name. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know that it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Foxy, that's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales, and I know you've done right by the highborn and lowborn alike. Least I can do is point you in the right direction, but to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? Seems simple enough. Ah, here he is. So you're Giberlant's errand girl. Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right, right. Any road, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of his bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Bad harvest, I take it? Oh well. You've got all your shit. Got your stupid herbs, buddy. Well, you gonna hand them over or not? Yeah, take them. Aye, this ought to do. With a few other spices, I can make it just like she used to. There are few things that stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. New armor. Hey, level 60. I can do my next paladin quest. Which we will do soon, but I want to do this first. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hraesvelgr is her name, and she resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another, I forget. Anyway, it'd be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. Why not give her a bottle? This seems like a chore, but I'm sure there's some deeper meaning behind it. There always is. AETHER, I guess that would be her name. See what she has to say. Yes, I am AETHER. I beg your pardon, but do I know you, miss? Well, you know wine. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. Such a shame she was taken in by that Baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation, what she felt, but she convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. But when her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence, but that it was with a hire made it so much, well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from his service, cast out onto the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. I only learned of her death years later by chance. We were just talking about infidelity and bastard children. I wonder if this is Emmerich's mother she's referring to. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Indeed. Even the penitent can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him. No? He's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of the poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if ever there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Another seeming chore with a meaning. Alone's blessings be upon you, miss. A gift? For me? Yes, indeed. This scent. How reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those in even worse circumstances, so compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. Ah, that little girl, bless her heart. She couldn't help what she was, so we're not talking about Emmerich. Eventually she won them over, but those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, as if searching for her mother's face in the mists. So we must be talking about somebody else. Who could it be? Well, we delivered that one. She was a remarkable woman, Foxy. After everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future. For her daughter's future. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Foxy, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, then maybe you can find her on your own. Maybe. Still looking for your mongrel? Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or did you fancy someone specific? I'm looking for a mongrel with ruby red eyes and raven black hair. Oh, someone's got unusual tastes. Afraid I can't help you, though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you entered the broom. Do you think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely? Well, she knows who we're looking for. She's just not willing to tell us. Well, Alphino, got some news, not good news. Have you made any progress, Foxy? Some. So our mongrel was born of an Elysian nobleman and a Hyaran maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. That's the hope. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Zataru. Speaking of which, where is Tataru? She... Oh, confound it. She went below to make inquiries on her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Foxy. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. Oh, that's just what I was saying before. At least we can fight. Tataru, not really. You cast your gaze over the streets below, but see no sign of Tataru. Okay, how about this way? She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either. Nope. Uh-oh. Ah, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her. Quickly, Foxy, after them.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out the house 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Well, we found her. More appropriately, she found us. You okay, Tataru? They didn't much care for my story about the weathered cane. Weathered cane? What are you talking about? For once, it would seem the fates are smiling upon us. Had those ruffians forced our hand, I dare not think what would have ensued. Well, I would have killed both of them. That's exactly what would have happened. Whatever it is you got to say, say it. I got my eye on you. What about you? You're just kind of standing there. Thought to take a stroll through the broom and remind yourself how good you've got it? I swear, you people. No, that's not why I'm here, as a matter of fact. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Night, say? Yeah, that sounds fine. Oh, we're gonna have a fight on our hands, apparently. Oh, it's saying the same shit. How about you? I think it best if you take the lead this time, Foxy. Good idea. If you're nervous, I could try parlaying with them on our behalf. Perhaps they'd be interested in techniques for working lawn logs. Or maybe the tale of the cursed Gladius. Oh, I know, the legendary skillet. Everyone loves that one. I don't think they will.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hells?
Ouch.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats. Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir would be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Such simple creatures, rats, certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
Let's kick some ass. Let's see if the Temple Knights are all they're cracked up to be.
Right there!
Hey, I got an idea, asshole. Why don't you step out from the fire? And Lord Orchifont is here. Now, if you would stop putting down fire.
Guide my sword.
I know my commentary is thrilling right now, but there's not much to say. This guy's about to die and... or be defeated anyway. Who knows if he's gonna die. He is one of the Heaven's Ward.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
I thought the Heaven's Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heaven's Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heaven's Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he?
I think she likes him.
Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
It's time for a revolution. And this time, we're the ones doing the revolutioning. Let's have a quick chat with everyone. I never liked him, not since his days as an Inquisitor. He took far too much pleasure in his work. Time is of the essence, Foxy. We must move quickly before they discern our intent. I'd say they probably already have. I had not reckoned with the Temple Knights' involvement. Not as enemies, at any rate. First Sir Grinno and Sir Palkrin, and now this Cherubert character. I mean, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are all the knights in the Heaven's Ward this bad? Yes. Yes, they are. Why can't I click you? Bugger me if you ain't everything they say. How in the hell did you do that thing with the other thing? You didn't give half that highborn scum what for. Or you didn't half give, whatever. That was a sight for sore eyes, that was. See, now they like us because we just beat the hell out of a noble. Let me guess. You're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because that's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies up on high. They none of them are well-bred. Hells, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the blue bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Halenart. But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. Indeed. We've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and high houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? You Temple Knights, of course. Reckoned it was but your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing it first, but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heaven's Ward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heaven's Ward's scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, and so they've been forced to improvise. Fine bloody mess, ain't it? But the die is cast. So what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the high houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. And what makes you think I have friends in high places? You would be fools not to, given your goals. Lowborn knights are ideal recruits. Most swore fealty only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed that yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear, but it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, then they will be unable to join in the defense of the vault. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to go get him out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick him into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep him out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. Then it is decided. To the vault! The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. So, the plan is made. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Lord Orchiphant, Estinien, Master Alphino, and I will make ready to breach the underground jail in search of the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way into the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chamber. When the Heaven's Ward realize what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear as to their duties? Then let us do what must needs be done. Indeed. Let's go and meet that Temple Knight Squire outside the vault. The others are in position, Mistress Foxy. I will send word once you and your party have entered. The vault is now accessible. And we will of course enter in the next episode. Sorry for the cliffhanger, but the vault is a thing. If you haven't played this expansion, you won't know yet. But the vault is a thing. And I want to take care of the Paladin quest first in the next episode, so it's going to be a bit of a cliffhanger, I apologize. But it will be well worth it. So, I hope you guys are enjoying so far. My name is Foxy Games, and I will see you in the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Full story playthrough, Heaven's Ward. Bye.